नरकतारणनामधेयं श्यामं सितं द्विभुजमेव चतुर्भुजं च त्वं भक्तिधर्मतनयं शरणं प्रपद्ये। सहजानंद स्वामी महाराज की जय। घनश्याम महाराज की जय। स्वामीनारायण भगवान की जय। Jai Swaminarayan to everyone present in today's evening satsang. Jai Swaminarayan to all. Today we have a different topic. You might be surprised to know that why today Swamiji is talking about cancer. Stop cancer before it starts. Isn't it? How many of you have surprised with this topic? Just wave your hand. That is this satsang or health session? Is it spiritual session or health session? Okay, I can see many of you got surprised with this topic. Actually, sometimes we have to keep such kind of topics so that you people join satsang, right? Otherwise, you always think that Swamiji always keep talking about spirituality, God and meditation and so they get bored with those spiritual topics. Anyways, the essence of today's topic will be the spirituality, but the dimension and concept is different of today's satsang. Stop cancer before it starts. 8 miracles of fasting. Before we begin today's session, I would like to ask this question. What are the causes of cancer? Can you please put in the chat box? What are the causes of cancer? I want everyone to post in the chat box. Nowadays, cancer is one of the most dangerous disease in 21st century, right? Junk food, smoking causes cancer. Yes, everybody sees that, everybody reads that, even smoker also reads that and go for smoking. Right, smoking, exposure to, oh my God, carcinogenic agents. Oh, alcohol, unhealthy and junk foods, outside food, smoking and alcohol, right? Junk food, maybe genetically disorder, not maybe, but genetical disorder. Purva karma ultimately, oh my God. Highly oily food, tobacco, unhealthy lifestyle, unhealthy attitudes, really. Pouch of tobacco. Yes, staying near to smoker, that is also can cause. Whether you smoke or if you smoke the smoke of other smoker, that also can cause the cancer, stress, pollution, right? Pollution, Sirvi, that's true. Cooking food in aluminum utensils, oh my God, seems good. Plastic bag, smoking and eating tobacco, drinking tea in plastic cups. Oh, what a unknown reasons are coming outside, isn't it? That's great. Still, I want everyone to packet food, okay? Drinking, lifestyle factors, plastic water bottle, non-stick utensils, many types of smoking, burnt, overcooked food, stress, plastic water bottle, not having healthy diet, right? So, thank you very much for your answer in the chat box. You all have tried to explore that what can cause cancer, right? Today I would like to present one small fact which you all must know, and it has a big sense to know from this fact. Fact is this: 30 to 40% of all cancer cases globally occur in individuals with no known risk factors like smoking or alcohol. What does it mean? Out of 100, there are 30 to 40 cancer patients. They didn't get cancer because of smoking, because of alcohol, or because of such kind of things. The reasons for the cancer are quite unknown. We don't know how the cancer was caused. What is the meaning of this? Meaning is, it's not that if we are smoking, if we are drinking alcohol, only then we will get cancer. No. Cancer is possible for anybody. It can happen to anybody. It is not just limited to smokers. It is not just limited to the one who is drinking alcohol. Not like that. It can be common for everyone. Because nowadays, what kind of vegetables we are eating, what kind of fruits we are eating, what kind of grains we are eating, what kind of pollutions we are consuming, we can't say that where, what factor can cause cancer for us. And once we caught in cancer, then afterwards we know that how, painful life it is. Of course, there are some, curing things are there, but it is painful. You lose your freedom of life. You can't do what you want to do, and you have limited time to live in this world. So, that's why today I wanted to connect this fact with spirituality. Actually, there is an alignment, always alignment, between science and spirituality. But we mostly deny this. Whenever we talk spiritually, whenever we ask people to follow the spiritual practices, they don't have faith. Right? People listen doctors, they don't listen saints, Swamijis. Isn't it? If doctor will say, now you have to stop non-veg food, then they will stop. And you know the story of Virat Kohli, right? Virat Kohli previously he was a meat eater. But when doctor suggested him that this meat eating is not good for your career and for your health, you have to stop it. And by knowing this, considering this, Virat Kohli has stopped eating meat. And that video also is available on YouTube. His own declaration video is available on YouTube. He is sharing this story in one of his interview. What is the sense here is that people believe doctors. They don't believe saints. They don't believe scriptures. In Sikshapatri, Bhagavan Swaminarayan already said many things. And if somebody follow that, he cannot get into the cancer. Right? So there will be always alignment between science and spirituality. Spirituality is not baseless. Spirituality is not logicless. Spirituality is not inscientific. Spirituality is always scientific, logical and reasonable. But why don't we follow spirituality? Because spiritual commands doesn't give you instant results, doesn't show you the instant results, and that's why we don't follow that. And today, how can we connect this spirituality with science, and how spiritual practices can impact positively our healthy life and our personal life and our this well-being of mind? Let's say example of ekadashi fasting. In the scripture it is said that monthly twice means every fortnight one must do fasting. Fasting means what? Not to eat anything. Ideally, fasting means waterless fasting. One should not even drink a drop of water on the day of fasting. But still, If unable to have that waterless fasting, he can drink water or lemonade or some fruit juice and he can follow the fasting. But on the day of Ekadashi, one is not supposed to eat any grains item. So why Ekadashi, how to follow Ekadashi, what are the benefits of Ekadashi, that is not our today's topic. And already if you want to explore about this, then already we have made one video, it is available on YouTube with this thumbnail, fasting makes you fast. Why Ekadashi Vrat? Already this video is available on YouTube. You can explore about Ekadashi fasting and benefits and all. But today's our topic is fasting. Whether you are believer or non-believer, whether you like spirituality or you don't, but fasting will work for anyone. Actually, what is fasting? Fasting means recreation, renewal, refreshment, holiday. Suppose if you are a student and somebody announced that tomorrow is holiday. If you are an employee and it is announced that tomorrow is holiday, how do you feel? You feel happy. Why? Because you get rest. You get freedom. You can recreate yourself, you can renew yourself, you can refresh yourself. So it's a universal law. Fasting is not any spiritual practice just. It's an universal law that when you want to create something, then first of all you have to recreate. Why we call it as recreation? Recreation means refreshment activities. Why we call it as recreation activities? In that we recreate. We take a pause and we recreate. Be it a physical well-being, be it a mental well-being. If you are continuously working, there is no holiday, then one day your mind will become stagnated. You can't get the new thoughts. You must need holiday. You must need a space so that you can create something new. Fasting is also the same. Fasting is for the body. When you are every day, whole day you are eating, every day you are eating, when your body will get time to maintain the organs, to clean the body, right? Suppose if you have taken bike and every day you are riding the bike but you are not maintaining the bike, right? You are not fueling up the bike, will it work? Of course it won't. Same will happen if we don't follow fasting. Same will happen to our body, to our mind. Our mind also needs fasting, our body also needs fasting. And that's an universal law that everything requires renewal, right? Even water also requires renewal. Which water is stagnated, it creates the disease, right? So if we don't take bath, then our body also smells very bad. So everywhere, in everything, fasting is necessary. But today I would like to present that how fasting can prevent the cancer. How fasting significantly contributes in stopping cancer. And that's why we have chosen this topic, that stop cancer before it starts with the help of fasting. Actually, I found this source from somewhere. I don't know whether it is valid or not, but still I am presenting here. There are two scientists, one from Japan, another from America, and they had this research on fasting. Particularly, they did not mention that ekadashi fasting, but they said that fortnight fasting, monthly twice, if somebody is doing fasting, then it reduces the 90% possibility of cancer. And that's a great opening if this is valid form. That's great. that if you are doing fasting regularly, every fortnight, means every ekadashi, if you are doing fasting, then definitely it will reduce the possibilities of cancer. Now, how it reduces the possibility of cancer and how it prevents? So now let us dive into the 8 miracles of fasting. If you do fasting, now fasting doesn't mean eating fruits, eating dry fruit, eating falahar food. No, fasting means eating nothing. Nowadays, like grandparents, sometimes they encourage students, you have fasting only, you can eat banana. That's not fasting, that is falahar. Fasting means eating nothing. You can drink water, that's it. Or you can drink fruit juice or something like that. But not even buttermilk, not even milk allowed in fasting. Right? Well, now what are those 8 miracles of fasting which can prevent cancer, and how it prevents the cancer? Let us know that one by one. Number 1, the first miracle of fasting is fasting detoxifies the body. Fasting detoxifies the body. During fasting, the body focuses on cellular repair rather than digestion. Here I have presented some text, you must read it carefully, because after many days of research and study, I found some very good and specified information. So this can be helpful to understand why fasting is miraculous and how it detoxifies the body. Autophagy, the body's natural process of cleaning out damaged cells and its cellular housekeeping mechanism, which is enhanced during fasting. People who follow fortnight fasting often report clearer skin and better digestion. Here we have to understand very interesting facts, that when you are following fasting, your body will start cleaning. In our Gurukul also housekeeping staff is there, right? So those people will come and they will clean each and every corner of Gurukul, and they will make Gurukul campus clean. Similarly, on the day of fasting, when you follow fasting, same procedure, housekeeping, cleaning work will start in your body. And that will make your body function better. And one more thing, those who follow fasting, they reduces the skin disease. Sometimes you are getting too much pimples on your cheeks, on your face, right? And your digestion is very poor. If you want to solve all these problems, then you must go for fasting, and that is a miracle. See, you need not to take any medicine, right? If you got any disease, you need to get some medicine, you need something. Fasting is a natural, fasting is a natural medicine, right? Fasting is the medicine nature offers us for healing and renewal. So fasting doesn't require anything. What it requires is willpower and determination, right? What it requires is willpower and determination. So the first miracle of fasting is it detoxifies the body, right? Now second one is fasting prevents cancer. Now here you have to pay attention. Cancer thrives on inflammation and abnormal cell growth. What fasting does for that? Fasting reduces these triggers. Here are some terms that even I am not expert to explain in deeper sense, but at least let us go through it and we get some basic idea about this. Research from Kenders Sinai Medical Center indicates that fasting can reduce insulin growth factor, IGF-1 levels, a marker associated with increased cancer risk. Yes. What does it mean? That because of this insulin growth, it is a risk for the cancer. But fasting reduces that, and that's how it reduces the cancer risk. Studies show that fasting can slow tumor growth and enhance chemotherapy's effectiveness. Actually, if somebody is suffering with the cancer, and if he follows fasting practice, it affects that therapies also. To cure the cancer, chemotherapy and many other therapies they go for. So this fasting will affect the effectiveness of these all therapies, that is for the cancer. So this is second one, it prevents the cancer. Here just few data information is presented, but in detail you can take help of Google. Number 3, fasting boosts immunity system, our immune system. Fasting regenerates white blood cells, which is improving the immune system. A study from Memorial Sloan Kettering Cancer Center found that periods of fasting reprogram the immune system's natural killer cells to better fight cancer. Fasting is the reset button for our immune system. Actually, this is the matter of experience. First of all, let me know that how many of you have ever done fasting? Wave your hands. Of course, those who are Gurukul students, especially those who are in Gurukul hostel, every ekadashi, most of the students, they go for ekadashi fasting. And all the saints, they follow all ekadashi fasting. No holiday in fasting. Every ekadashi, all the saints, they go for fasting. And tomorrow is ekadashi. And that's why we have taken session today. So tomorrow, you all have to practice fasting and you have to experience how you get the benefits of all these benefits of fasting. Well, so some of you have experienced, some of you didn't, but it is my request to everyone present in today's satsang that tomorrow is ekadashi, and tomorrow let us all practice and experience ekadashi fasting. Let's experience what happens, right? Otherwise, just going through this, boost immunity and prevents the cancer and this, that, it has no meaning if you don't go for fasting. Ultimately, without your personal experience about fasting, these all things will not work, right? So, tomorrow is ekadashi and you all must follow fasting, and let us experience how it can help our immune system. Now, next one is fasting increases longevity. Yes, fasting increases our age. What is decreasing our age? Fasting reduces oxidative stress, a key factor in aging. Oxidative stress occurs when free radicals, unstable molecules, accumulate in the body and damage the cells. It is a major factor in aging and chronic diseases. Now, what does fasting do for that? Fasting lowers oxidative stress by reducing the production of free radicals. Even I don't know much about all these words, but still I am sharing. Those who know this, those who are most familiar with these words, they can understand. In short, the point is, if you follow fasting, your lifespan can increase. If you are following the same lifestyle, then you might die. I shouldn't say that you might die. But mostly people die early and age is getting reduced day by day. Right? Actually in Kali Yuga, the maximum age is 100 years. But nowadays it has become between 60 to 70. But if one is following ekadashi fasting, his lifespan will increase because of this scientific procedure that happens in our body by fasting. Right? Now, next one is fasting balances hormones and sugar levels. Fasting reduces insulin resistance and regulates blood sugar. Studies published in the Journal of Endocrinology support fasting for better metabolic health. Fasting plays a significant role in stabilizing the body's hormonal and blood sugar levels, which are crucial for overall health. Actually, with this benefit, fasting boosts our overall health. Sometimes, we are not feeling well. Simply, we are not feeling well. Sometimes our digestive system is not up to the mark. It is not functioning well. Sometimes our mood is not well. Right? Sometimes we feel that I don't know what is there, but I'm not feeling good. So our overall health, mental well-being and physical well-being, overall well-being is not good. At that time, fasting is the best medicine. Right? And if you do that fasting, then definitely you will feel good. And those who have experienced fasting, those who are regularly doing fasting, they all know that on the day of fasting you will feel better. Till afternoon you have to manage. You have to be little strong. But once you cross the afternoon, afterwards your mind will become so calm. Your senses will be so active. Your mental clarity will be so clear. It will be so great. And it is coming further, that benefit. Now sixth one is, the sixth miracle of fasting is it builds discipline and self-control. What does it mean? Fasting helps us conquer physical cravings and boosting willpower. Right? Fasting is not easy, right? One day you have to stop the food eating completely. It's not that easy. It requires willpower. It requires determination. It requires strong will. It's not that easy. Right? When everybody is eating and you are not eating, your mind will say, why you are not eating? Eat. And when somebody is cooking in the kitchen and we get the smell of the food, delicious food, we can't control ourselves. But when we do so, when we follow fasting, it improves and builds sense of discipline. It strengthens our willpower. We become strong. Mentally we become strong. And that is the benefit of fasting. And to become strong in discipline and to derive the self-control, it's not easy. But this fasting is the practice that will help you build self-discipline and self-control. Fasting reduces the constant dopamine hits from eating and helping the brain reset and find satisfaction in simpler and more meaningful activities. This is really very wonderful point. Yes. Mostly whole day we keep hitting the dopamine flow and we keep getting and searching the pleasures from different substances, sometimes from different activities, sometimes from substances, and we keep seeking the pleasures for our senses. But on the day of fasting, when we don't get the food for our sense, food for the body, and when we tell that today you will not get food at any way, then our mind will start finding the pleasure in purposeful activities. That's why on the day of fasting, you will experience that you will like to learn something new. You will like to read good books. You will like to sit in meditation on the day of fasting. Of course, on the first time fasting, you may not experience all these things. Okay? Suppose if you are fasting tomorrow first time, then tomorrow you have to just finish the fasting. That is what your target. That's it. because you are doing first time. But when you keep doing fasting, then you will get the real benefits of fasting. Fasting is not just one time job. That once you did fasting and you are expecting that, I have done fasting, why didn't I get all these benefits? Nothing is happening. No, it won't happen like that. You have to be patient, right? So with patience, you have to keep following fasting every fortnight on every ekadashi, and then you will experience these all 8 miracles in your life. And of course, nobody can guarantee. But with this fasting, you can take guarantee that if you are regularly doing fasting, you will never get cancer. And our saints, those who are regularly following fasting, they don't have such disease, chronic disease, and they don't get such symptoms of big disease because of that disciplined life. Because not they are just doing fasting, they are also doing Chaturmas Tapascharya, which we have shared in our previous satsang, right? Swamiji's life behind the scene. In that satsang, we have shared all these things, right? We learn to separate emotional cravings from physical hunger. This is very important. And this access we get by doing fasting. On that day, we are able to separate our emotional cravings from physical hunger. Right. Next one is, 7th one is, fasting promotes mental clarity. This is a wonderful benefit of fasting, and personally, I am experiencing it too much. That on the day of fasting, our mind becomes so clear, our mental clarity is so sharp that we can finish any work, we can make any critical decision on that day. During fasting, energy saved from digestion is redirected to the brain, enhancing focus and mental sharpness. Yes, see, mostly what happens when we are eating, then body has to drive the energy for digestive system. The energy of the body will be engaged in digestion. But on the day of fasting, there is nothing inside the body, right? The whole day what it will do? So that saved energy will be redirected to the brain, and that's how it will develop and enhance the focus and mental sharpness. Second thing is brain fog. Actually, this is very nice word that you all should understand, brain fog. Have you ever experienced sometimes you can't think anything seriously? You can't think anything critically. You can't think anything with clarity. Have you ever experienced this situation? How many of you have experienced this situation? You can just wave your hands. Sometimes you can't think clearly, seriously, critically. You don't get any clarity. That state of mind is known as brain fog. That means you have a brain fog. Fog is created in your brain that you can't clearly think anything. Brain fog is a feeling of mental sluggishness, often caused by inflammation, sugar imbalances, or poor gut health. When you have poor gut health means your stomach is not, you have a stomach pain, or your food is not digested, or constipations, or loose motion, such kind of any poor gut health you have, then you will face brain fog. And to come out from the brain fog, you need fasting. Now, you can do small fasting also, half day fasting also. Suppose you are facing this situation, you can stop afternoon lunch. You can avoid the afternoon lunch. And with that half day fasting also, you will come out from this brain fog. So brain fog means there is no clarity in mind, there is no clarity in thought. And fasting makes your mind clear, and you get the clarity of mind, and you can do the important discussion, thinking, decision making on the day of fasting or on the next day of the fasting also. Because the effect of fasting will remain for another one day. Suppose tomorrow you will do fasting, then day after tomorrow also till afternoon, till it depends your how much food you are eating. So fasting effect will remain for 2 days. 2 days you will feel that mental clarity, that physical lightness, and you will enjoy your work. Famous scientists like Nikola Tesla practice fasting for enhanced creativity. This is interesting. Yes, this is really very interesting. How many of you are aware about this name, Nikola Tesla? How many of you are aware about this name? Can you please wave your hand? Yes. He was the person who invented many things, who invented Wi-Fi technology, right? And many things you can search in Google and you will get what that person is. This person has invented many things, but this person has followed this fasting practice. He derived out of his personal experience that whenever I do fasting, whenever I don't eat for one day, it gives me new idea. It gives me creative idea. So to enhance his creativity, to expand his inventions, he used to follow fasting. Now he was not a spiritual person, though he was following fasting. Why? And not only this, even many big companies like Microsoft, Apple or Tesla, these companies also encourage such kind of lifestyle to their employees. Why? Because such kind of spiritual practices like meditation or fasting, they don't just boost our immunity, they boost our creativity also. Right? How can we attract creative ideas, innovative ideas? We don't create it, right? Like how we create chapati, how we cook chapati. Previously it was not chapati, now we create. In that way, we don't create any idea. Idea we receive, we don't create. Sometimes you are walking and you got an idea. You didn't create, or you didn't waiting for the idea. You can't get any idea according to your wish. We receive the idea. And to receive creative idea, great idea, our receivers must be strong, must be powerful. And to make our senses powerful, this is the practice. Fasting is the powerful practice that makes your senses are receivers. Our mind is receiver. Our eyes, our ears, our nose, our tongue, our skin, they are the receivers. Through that we receive the knowledge. If you want to receive the next level ideas, next level experiences, then you have to purify your senses. And that purification happens with this fasting. Right. Now the next one is, last one is, enhances spirituality. Ekadashi fasting connects us with Bhagavan while purifying body and soul. As it detoxifies our inner functioning, it purifies the body. And when body is purified, mind and soul also get purified. When the body is free from the distractions of physical cravings and impurities, the mind is more open to spiritual practices like meditation, prayer, or reflection. This purity allows one to connect with their higher self and the divine on a deeper level. Fasting is the soul's feast while the body rests. Nice. This is the power of fasting. Fasting purifies your mind, your body, but the big question is, we can't stop eating. हमको भूख लगता है, खाने का मन करता है, उसका क्या करना? Now let us figure out what are the challenges we face while doing fasting. Let us put in the chat box. Suppose tomorrow you have to do fasting, then what are the thoughts coming in your mind? What are the obstacles or challenges you face if you want to follow fasting tomorrow? Post in the chat box. Yes, food cravings, of course, that is first one. Feel hungry, bhook lagta hai. Cravings, low BP, right? Some health challenges also can be. More hungry, like eating fruits, okay? Chalo bhai, if I cannot eat the grains food, chapati and all, let us eat fruits, right? So fruits will tempt our mind. Sleepy mode, yeah, right. On the day of fasting, we get much sleep actually. Those who are beginners in fasting, they experience this also. Temptations, a person who works till whole day require energy to do. Oh, that's true, no? Without energy, how can we work, right? So this mindset will also come. Such kind of weak mindset also will come as a challenge while fasting. Without tea, my day can't start, Swamiji. Oh my God. Without tea. Actually, addictions, teas, or whatever these things, they don't have real demand. We have a mind demand, mindset demand. Our mindset has become like this. Otherwise, nothing is like that. Food cravings and hungry, feel free and fresh mind, vibration in the stomach, Swamiji. Yeah, sometimes tiredness, right? We feel active. Really, Harsha? How many times you have followed fasting? Huh? Okay, you can write in the chat box. I will read that. More mind is working on the day of fasting comparing others' day. That's right. So free, divine glow, and that's true. Somebody has written Arvind Dave. On the day of fasting, your face will look different. It's for sure. Nowadays, as we have experienced and explored the fasting, on the day of fasting, I can see if somebody has done fasting by just seeing his face. That skin disease, itching, and some face skin problems can be cured and healed with fasting. Right. So now let me present some of the common, right? Valid and common. There are 3 challenges that you will face. And they are this: hunger, fatigue, and headache. These are the 3 challenges actually you face. Remaining others, maybe some, according to some health issues, may be valid, but most of the challenges or most of the thoughts coming to our mind before starting the fasting, they are actually mindset, not real challenges. Hunger, fatigue, थोड़ा weakness feel होता है, headache भी हो जाता है कभी. But this happens in the beginning. Once you are habituated for the fasting, afterwards it won't happen. So these all challenges get decreased when you do fasting frequently, right? So it is not that it will remain every time, right? But it will decrease. And actually those students who are studying in Gurukul and who studied in Gurukul, they all have experience that how fasting works and why students start fasting, right? Actually, firstly, we can't start fasting with any such kind of reasons. You can start fasting for the parna. When I was studying in Gurukul Junagadh and when we students started this fasting, we didn't start because we were knowing about these benefits and miracles and this, that. No. We were doing fasting only for one reason, for one benefit, and that is next day morning special parana, special menu, special sweet, special khichdi, special sev. That was our premium menu in Gurukul Junagadh. And for that sake we started fasting. Afterwards it has become habit. Now if we don't do ekadashi fasting, no, we feel very bad. And we feel that we don't feel the mood. And apart from this, there is a big science behind the ekadashi fasting. We don't have much time to discuss today. But you must explore that. But more than all this science and this all, until and unless you don't do fasting, you will not experience what is fasting and how fasting works in your body. You will never experience. Spiritual practices are the matter of practicality, matter of practice, matter of experience. Right? If I say do chanting every day, you will ask, why should we do chanting? If I don't do chanting, what is happening? Nothing is happening. It's a matter of experience. When you chant the name of God regularly, when you perform morning puja regularly, how it affects your life? It's a matter of experience. If I show you one sweet, right? Let's say gulab jamun. If I appreciate and I say, I boast about this gulab jambu, that gulab jambu is such good, so tasty, this, that. Until you don't eat, can you experience that? Until you don't taste that gulab jambu has nothing to do with you. Same applies to everywhere in spirituality. Until and unless you don't do that, you don't practice that, you don't experience that, you can't, take the benefit of that without practicing that. Right. So dear devotees, let's start ekadashi fasting and see the miracles of fasting in our life. Now I want to know from all of you, how many of you are going to experience and explore ekadashi fasting tomorrow? Post yes in the chat box. Post yes in the chat box. Post yes in the chat box. If you have attended today's satsang, then you must do that. Don't let your mind come with any excuse. Just believe Swamiji, and just by the, what we can say, by our recommendation, for once you do fasting and explore how it works for your life, how it affects your health. Right? Thank you very much, and congratulations to these students, these devotees who are posting yes in the chat box. We pray to Bhagavan Shri Swaminarayan. May Bhagavan Swaminarayan give you strength and willpower to follow ekadashi fasting tomorrow and explore and experience these all miracles in your life. Thank you. Jai Swaminarayan.